Tal Lynch, ladies and gentlemen, was an American yoga master and an award-winning author of French and Indian descent. She lived her life fully alive every single day, and her secret were these 10 keys to unlocking your potential that I think you need to know about.
I don't want to miss anything. Chin up, chest up.
The woman Guinness calls the world's oldest yoga instructor still teaches 8 classes a week. Then a quick change to ballroom dance practice with a partner more than 70 years her junior.
I'm having so much fun.
An exhausting schedule at any age, but for Tao, just another day in what has been an extraordinary life.
They think there's only 2 or 3 of us left in the world at Uganda.
She marched with Gandhi as a young girl, and years later helped Jews escape the Nazis when she lived in France during the war.
I got a few hundred people out.
After the war, Tao became a model and actress.
This is me with the bottle.
Tao makes longevity look impossibly glamorous. She doesn't drink water, she prefers wine. And she only wears high heels.
I climb Machu Picchu in high heels.
In yoga, she twists better than those of us half her age. You're made of rubber. For Tao, success is actually quite simple.
Never say, I can't do something. There is no such verb. The verb is to be able.
And not a day goes by she doesn't wake up with this thought.
I said, this is going to be the best day of my life.
Words to live by in a life already awe-inspiring.
Sadly, Tal Lynch passed away a couple of years ago at the full age of 101 years old. And I'm sure we can all agree that she lived her life fully alive every day. Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Elizabeth Van Gerstein, your personal leadership insider, here to help you fast track your leadership and your career. On this channel, we talk about how to develop yourself as a leader in all dimensions and how to develop your skills to advance your career and your leadership and increase your impact and your influence. So if you feel like in your daily life, so many things are competing for your attention, whether it's at work, your colleagues, your team, your business, at home with your spouse, your family, your kids, or news and social media, this might just be the solution you need. Look, your focus and your attention are your most precious commodity these days. Where focus goes, energy flows, especially these days when we're living in such a unique time in history with so much volatility, ambiguity, complexity, and disruption. So today, I'd like to give you my 10 keys to take your life to the next level. Remember, you're the creator of your life and not the manager of your circumstances. In this video, we'll be giving you strategies and tools to help you create lasting success and fulfillment in every single area of your life. So whether you want to improve your career, your relationships, your finances, or your health, this will help you create the life of your dreams. This is a system that I've developed and I call it the Personal Leadership Accelerator. It's a process that empowers you to be yourself and to connect with your highest purpose and goals to unlock your true potential, no matter what the context. It inspires you to align your purpose at this stage and phase of your life with your intellect, with your emotions, and with your talents and resources, connecting your head with your heart and your hands. Remember, all personal change and transformation must start with awareness. Awareness of where we currently are, where we would like to be, and what stands in the way, both internally and externally, to where we'd like to be. Once we become aware, we're on our way to breaking free from the mindsets and the behaviors that hold us back. We can course correct and close the gap, taking a stand for empowerment, for joy, for passion, for love, for success, for fulfillment. Whatever your circumstances, you can reimagine, rejuvenate, reinvigorate, re-energize, recreate, re-engineer your life to create your extraordinary life, as well as closing the gap between where you are and where you want to be and creating your life to thrive and flourish. We've identified 10 keys to creating your extraordinary life to thrive now. Number 1, Identify your core values.
You know, I think most of us know what it's like to live life from the inside out, where our outer reality defines our agenda, defines the steps we take, defines what's important with us, and it runs our life and our day from the moment we wake up to the moment we flop exhausted into bed at night. So our outer reality defines our action steps, defines our purpose, why we need to do things, why we need this deadline, why we need to do this, why I need to drive on to the next agenda point. Living life by deadline, living life by timeline. And that defines the vision of what we see and ultimately what we value. I think you can agree with me that when we do this for any period of time, this leads to a huge amount of frustration as we continuously are faced with competing and conflicting commitments. Well, there is another way. We can actually live life from the inside out, with values as our foundation. And, you know, great organizations know this, and human beings that really live fulfilling lives, they're very aware that living with values as a foundation really sets you up and drives success. Our values determine our vision, determine our purpose, our reason why. It drives the action steps that we take, our roadmap, our strategy, our execution, and it creates an outer reality that defies the reality that we're staying ahead of. And this leads to passion and fulfillment and realization. So that's living from the inside out. That's the power of personal values. And you know, once you take time to recognize your values, it really makes things so clear. As I said, organizations spend a lot of money, a lot of time in defining their cultural values. And when they get it right and align their employees with the behaviors aligned to their values, that really unleashes unlimited potential within the organization to reach impossible goals. So we can do this for ourselves. Take a look at some core values. And of course, you can come up with your own core values. Having a list like this just makes it a lot easier. So here are some core values. Be aware that some of our values we have from cradle to grave, and other values, they shift at different chapters, different phases, different stages of our life. And you know, burnouts happen at a core when we're out of sync with our values, what we truly value in some way, shape, or form. So some values are, you know, having a positive retirement, financial independence, feeling my work counts, my family, parenting with wisdom and love, spirituality, staying healthy. What might be yours? So I'd like to invite you to select your top 8 values, you know, rank them in order of importance. What's number 1? What's number 2? And you might say, yeah, I like all these things are important. And that's the point. Because in life, so many things compete for our attention. It's like walking into a hypermarket, a supermarket, and you've just got $100, but you can buy so much there. But if you're not careful about what you really need and what you really want, you'll spend all your money before you've actually got to buying the things that mean the most for you. And it's the same with our values. If we don't articulate them for every phase and stage of our life, and also for every phase and stage of our organization, then we spend our sweat equity, our valuable resources on things that are no longer important and behaviors that are unproductive for that phase and that stage. So those are the core values. Now, another set of values that are really, really important to identify are your career values. So you're looking at what are the things you really value in a career. Some of these are really tangible, like a bigger benefit package, a company car in the days that we used to drive to work and spend hours in the traffic, or you know, a big benefit package, larger holidays, freedom of expression. What are the top 8 career values for you? And here again, I really encourage you to rank them in order of importance. What are the values that you can identify that will really set you up to really unleash potential, release energy, and have you work at your best?
Number 2, discover and sharpen your dominant strengths.
Career values. Now, having gone through that exercise, you are well equipped to take a look at this circle of life that I showed you in session 1. So it has a list of key life areas. You've identified your core values, what means the most to you. You've identified your career values. Now, if you look at your circle of life and you were to rank each and every segment, each and every key area here on a scale of 1 to 10, with 0 being at the center of the circle and 10 being at the outer rim, how would you rate the current status of this key life area? So just imagine if this was a wheel and you're rating it from every key area from 0 to 10. Now, could it be that some of these areas would be rated at a 2 or a 3 currently, or a 4, and some at an 8? And if that's the case, if this was a wheel, how's the ride? I know for many of us over the last several months, life has felt quite bumpy. And by evaluating the current status, very simply on a scale of 1 to 10, that gives you a sense of where we might be out of balance and out of sync, and what might we need to address. Now, for some of us, home life is pretty chaotic. Working from my kitchen one day, working from my bedroom the other day, sharing the space with my spouse or my children, and it could mean that home life is pretty disorientated. For some of us, our finances or fear of losing our jobs or uncertainty means that other areas are low, or for some, completely different, quite high. So evaluating this on a scale of 1 to 10 for each core life area. And then I'd like you to go back and look at these areas and then evaluate and rate them on where you would like them to be. It doesn't have to be a 10. You could take something that's, let's say my movement's on a 2 or a 3 at the moment, and I'd really like to get that up to an 8 or so. So go through and rate them on where you'd like to be. And that's very simply, that's your gap analysis. So just beginning to analyze the gap in all the areas that matter the most to you.
Number 3, zero in on your multiple intelligences.
Zero in on your multiple intelligences. Now, Howard Gardner, a renowned psychologist and psychiatrist, he zeroed in on this term of multiple intelligences. You're so much smarter than they told you at school. If you've only measured your analytical skills and your storytelling skills, there's so much more to you. So your intelligence lies in your natural talent, your knowledge, your education, your wisdom, your strength, your talent. Use them to lead you to define your core competencies. What will you specialize in? Where will you concentrate your efforts? How will you differentiate yourself? And what will be your niche market? What will be your niche where you will excel? So just taking a look at some multiple intelligences: musical intelligence, rhythmic intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, being able to understand your thoughts and feelings and why. That's interpersonal intelligence, understanding what's going on, the dynamics between people, great for building teams and maximizing potential of groups and teams. Naturalist intelligence, understanding nature, botany, biology. Kinesthetic intelligence, body intelligence, being a great athlete or just being really feeling and intuitive. Spatial intelligence, mathematical, numerical intelligence, and verbal and linguistic intelligence. We will all have a combination of these in so many different ways. We're so unique, and I really encourage you to mine your own gold and look for the ways that you excel and the competencies that you can enjoy in each of these areas.
Number 4, understand how you deliver value.
What's love got to do with it? I hear some of you ask. A heck of a lot. Passion is so important. To defining purpose and really to pointing you into where you can do your most meaningful and valuable work. So I like to just make it really simple. Fire. What makes you burn? What are you passionate about? What are your strongest desires in life? Where are they? You know, if you follow the things that make you most passionate, it really does collapse the sense of work, and you would work hard, but the enjoyment and the fulfillment is enormous. It reminds me of Carl Hobbs, who was at the Scripps Institute of Oceanography. And when he received an industry award, the highest industry award, one of the things he said was, "I don't understand why everyone is clapping. All I've ever done in life is exactly what I wanted to do." So where is your fire? Is it marketing? Is it running a factory? Is it doing deals? Is it negotiating? Is it defending in court? Where is your fire? What makes you fulfilled? What brings you satisfaction and a feeling of accomplishment? Solving problems, building a team, developing others, turning around a business, growing a business, being an entrepreneur, raising a family. What makes you fulfilled? And again, the answers overlap, but they begin to allow you to really zero in on where you've got energy to really make a powerful difference. What makes you furious? What really makes you angry? For some of us, purpose and vision lies in those areas that make you angry. What provokes you? Is it injustice, racism, poverty, inefficiency, mediocrity, disorder, chaos? And these may be a key to discovering your purpose and to discovering where you can do your best work at this stage and phase of your life. Most of the time, your strengths can be used to solve the very things that you're most angry about. And where are you fruitful? Where have you been fruitful? There are just certain areas for each and every one of us where it's effortless to shine. What's the area that you always get compliments for and you're not even trying? You know, you just wake out of bed and you're amazing, or you just show up and you get, "Oh, you're amazing. Oh, well done. This was really good. You really made a difference. You really helped. You cleaned up. You tidied up. You made a complex issue simple." And for you, "Hey, this is just normal for me." Those are your fruitful areas. You know, if I ate a can of peaches, I wouldn't need to have peaches on the can to know it was peaches. The taste, the aroma, it's peaches. And you know, sometimes I meet people and I think, you know, I'm so glad I knew your title, because you know, they needed to have a big sign on them, because I never would have guessed who you were without the big title. So in terms of being fruitful, let your fruitful areas show you where you just can't help getting great results. Let it help you discover your area of genius, your area of excellence.
Number 5, maximize your heart and your hand connection.
And this is really about connecting what's in your heart, your values, your purpose, your vision, your mission, with your natural talents, your skills, your education, your knowledge, your strength. Marrying the two. So often we use the best of us, our energy, our strength, our education, and we learn the things that they're really not that important to us. It doesn't line up with our values, it doesn't align with our vision, and it really doesn't help us reach our goals. So we need to maximize our hand-heart connection.
Number 6, we have optimize your relationship skills and build your own personal board of directors.
Personally, surround yourself with coaches, advisors, mentors, cheerleaders, those that are aligned to where you want to go, those that are aligned to closing that gap that you've identified in your gap analysis. And never underestimate the power of like-minded individuals and your own personal board of directors to help you accelerate to achieving your goals and thriving.
Number 7, create your ideal environment at home as well as at work. Number 8, develop your pivot plan.
Pivot plan, really important. I want to take you through this in the next few minutes. And so your pivot plan, very quickly, we can look at our lives in 3 different ways, 3 different boxes. Box 1, managing the present. Box 2, selectively forgetting the past, letting go of things we've learned that no longer serve us, and creating the future. Our playbook is across 3 horizons. The core competencies for now, the core competencies that we might want to be practicing in this adjacent space of transition, and the new core competencies that we're developing for Horizon 3, an entirely new space. So just wrapping this up, Box 1 is core competencies for the present, and that's just a little redesign as we close the performance gap in the present. For Box 2 and 3, that's our opportunity gap, as we reinvent, reimagine, and pivot and learn new core competencies, new skills, and gain new experience for the future. In summary, be aware that we're talking about non-linear shifts. This is not going to happen sequentially, step A, step B, step C. In a VUCA world, it's disruptive. Be aware as you put your strategic roadmap together, use your core competencies. There's some things you're going to let go of. Don't be married to things that worked in the past that may not work in the future. And be bold and courageous enough to let them go as you embrace new core competencies.
Number 9, love what you do. Stay passionate and have fun. In number 10, be your best. Bring your best to the table. There's never been a better time than now to take charge of your personal leadership. And there's never been a better person than you to lead you and to lead your best life. The Personal Leadership Accelerator journey has 5 stages. So essentially, Personal Leadership Accelerator is all about flattening the curve between anxiety, paralysis, disorientation, and then your new vision and where you would like your life to go as you thrive in the next normal. So flattening the curve, conquering your fears as we step into the unknown. There's so much courage required as an individual, as a team, as an organization to make the investments needed now to thrive later. Clarity on what it is you want in leadership, in life, in the team, in the culture, in the organization, in our business model. Closing the gap between where you currently are and where you want to be. And creating the next life and leadership chapter in which you're thriving. As Peter Drucker said years ago, one of the best ways to predict the future is to create it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you catch part 2 of this video where we cover the rest of the keys. Make sure to share this video with your family, your friends, your team members, your colleagues, and anyone else in your life who will benefit from this so that they can equip themselves to lead the life of their dreams. Remember, whatever your circumstances, you can reimagine, reinvigorate, re-energize, rejuvenate, recreate, and re-engineer yourself to extract the most love, the most joy, the most passion, most success, the most fulfillment out of this beautiful gift called your life. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe because I've got some great new videos coming up. Thank you. See you next time.